The year is 1999, and the world is bracing for a technological collapse. New Year's Eve approaches, bringing a threat that experts warn could cause planes to fall, banks to freeze, and nuclear systems to misfire. Even the President of the United States issues open warnings about the vulnerability of human infrastructure. This danger stems from a coding flaw known as the Y2K bug. Back in the 1960s and 70s, computer memory was extremely expensive. To save precious storage space, engineers stored years as just 2 digits, 61 instead of 1961. As 1999 turns into 2000, millions of computers risk interpreting 00 as the year 1900. Because those legacy systems control the automated math for interest rates and flight schedules, that single missing century threatens to shut down global banking, aviation, and power grids simultaneously. Fixing the Y2K bug requires rewriting millions of lines of outdated code manually, one line at a time. In the United States, the dot-com boom is at peak. Tech companies are exploding in valuation, and engineers are focused on building new platforms like Amazon and Google. Very few engineers in the West are willing to leave lucrative startups to perform the repetitive maintenance work needed to fix 30-year-old systems. This creates a localized labor shortage, leaving major American and European corporations stranded with critical code they cannot repair themselves. The survival of Western tech infrastructure now depends on finding a massive, highly skilled labor force located outside of Silicon Valley. In 1981, the tech environment in India is completely disconnected from Western capital. Narayana Murthy and his 6 co-founders start Infosys, with no venture capital, no internet access, and no personal computers. Over the next 18 years, they build a company culture centered on intense coding discipline and operational efficiency. Because hardware is scarce, they perfect their skills by writing out complex algorithms by hand before they ever have access to a keyboard. This period of forced limitation builds an engineering workforce optimized for high-volume, high-accuracy technical execution. By 1999, as the Y2K deadline approaches, Western corporate panic reaches its peak. Infosys steps into this gap, taking on the massive legacy code contracts that Western engineers have ignored. Their team stabilizes the systems and software that keep Western global infrastructure running. This success triggers a financial explosion. In 1999 alone, Infosys earns $100 million in revenue. By mastering the tedious technical labor that the West deemed unappealing, they transformed their company into a global IT force. The 1999 breakout served as a catalyst for decades of compounding growth. This chart shows the scale of that growth. Annual revenue has climbed from that initial $100 million to over 1.6 lakh crore today. Annual profits now stand at 26,000 crore. Since the 1999 breakout, the company's stock has risen nearly 14,000%. The revenue and reputation gained during the Y2K crisis provided the foundational capital that established a permanent global tech power. For the founders, the Y2K crisis was a high-stakes audition on the world stage. By successfully stabilizing critical infrastructure, Infosys demonstrated that Indian engineering could handle scale and security for the world's largest corporations. This execution built a level of trust that led American and European firms to move more of their core technical operations to Indian companies over the following decade. While others chased the volatile dot-com bubble, the Infosys founders spent 18 years perfecting the tedious mechanics of software systems. A $75 billion empire grew from the intersection of nearly 2 decades of preparation and a single fleeting moment of global panic.